Hi, you guys. So this is going to be the workshop to go with your Design Your Perfect Morning Routine workbook. So I had a lot of people purchase this workbook lately, so I figured I would make a workshop because I'm also getting some questions on how to best use the workshop or to best use the workbook. So I'm just gonna make this little workshop to help you guys out and get the most out of this workbook. So I will go through here. You guys have a little table of contents here that's just for you to make sure you find everything in the book. So I break everything down into these 5 steps for creating a morning routine. So first, you need to review your current morning routine. Your morning routine is literally anything you do in the morning before you head into work, before you like start your day. So what time do you currently get up at? What time do you leave for work? Do you get breakfast? What else do you do in the morning? Do you let your dog out? That kind of thing. We're going to review that first. The next step is going to be discovering your why. So, why do you want to create a morning routine that's more functional for you? Why do you want to get up, maybe get up a little bit earlier? Why do you want to have a more structured morning? We're going to dive into that in step two. Step three is where we brainstorm all the possibilities. This is the big dreaming part that I love about morning routines. We get to actually brain dump a bunch of things that you might want to include in your mornings. Step four is where we actually design the morning routine. We actually get to put it down on paper onto a calendar with what time we're going to do everything. My favorite thing is planning. That's the step four is the big step. And then step five is where you're going to actually implement. And then after you implement it for about a week or two, you're going to review and reflect and tweak it, make it better, all that. All right, so we start right away here. Sorry, my throat gets dry really easily, guys. Okay. So our very first step is you're gonna review your current morning routine. So you guys can read, I put like a little bit of instructions on each page. Every couple pages will have like a little pro tip down on the bottom in small print. You can read those. Basically, for this first page, you're just gonna write down everything that you normally do in your mornings. And then between those things that you do in the mornings, you're gonna break it up into what do you currently like about your morning and what do you currently dislike about your morning. So maybe you don't like so much that you wake up a little later and you only have 5 minutes to grab a granola bar and head out the door. Maybe one thing that you do actually like about your mornings right now is that you actually have a smoothie prepared the night before, and that's your breakfast, and you get to drink a smoothie while scrolling through Facebook or the news or whatever it is. Um, Other things, you could just write anything that you currently like or dislike about your morning. Why do you want to change it? What are some things that you want to pull from your current morning routine and still keep in your new morning routines? That's what this whole page is all about. Our next step is defining your why. So you're just going to go through and journal with this question in mind. Why do you want to create a new morning routine? And what are you hoping to get out of it? So just take some time, like 5, 10 minutes, and just journal on everything. Why you bought this workbook, why you want to take the next steps, anything. I did put a couple examples there you can read. And then there's the little pro tip down on the bottom to read you the answer to your above question. So you kind of like after you've like journaled on it, I give you a full page to journal. Pick out like 1 or 2 sentences that you can repeat daily to remind yourself why you are doing this every single morning. It's kind of a little bit of motivation to help you get up in the morning. All right, so here's the next part. You're gonna brainstorm all the possibilities. So this is the fun part. This is my favorite part. We get to brainstorm everything. So basically, just write down what activities do you want to include in your morning routine, and then how much time do you want to spend on them. So do you want to fit in a morning walk, and you want to walk around the block? Kind of like time out how long that'll take. It's just like a 5 minute walk around the block. Um, write down. You could maybe write down. You want to spend 10 minutes reading in the morning. Maybe you're really into reading and you just haven't had time for that lately. You could put that into your morning routine and put like want to read for 10 minutes in the morning. Um, Other things you could play with your dog in the morning, put some time down for that. Just anything. Brainstorm all the possibilities. I have linked the uh my morning routine ideas blog post. That's linked right there. If you download the workbook and then you can open it up on your laptop and you can actually just click that link and you can open it up. Um, and read that blog post. But I do also have a bunch of ideas on the next page as well. And then just some space for your own ideas there. Okay, so the next step, step 4, is designing your perfect morning routine. So as you can see, I put new morning routine 1 on the next page. I have new morning routine 2. Feel free to print these pages a couple times. The first morning routine you create is probably not, to be honest with you, is probably not going to be the one that you enjoy. You have to mess around, do a lot of trial and error to figure out what you like, what you don't like, and you're going to have to finesse it a little bit. So go through with your brainstorming list from the couple pages before, plug in some things. This is where you're actually going to put like what time you want to get up, um, and then like what time you have to leave for work, like down at the bottom. And then, okay, so make like I would suggest right off the bat, make 2 morning routine ideas. And then you can test them over the next 2 weeks. I'll explain some more of that later. Okay. So after 1 week of implementing your first morning routine idea, you're gonna do a little self-reflection, review, and evaluate. So you're just gonna answer these 3 questions. What did you like about your new morning routine? What was working and what's not working? So this is where you can actually maybe go back and tweak your morning routine number 2 idea, and then try that for the next week. Or what you could do before even answering any of these questions is you could, for 1 week, do morning routine idea 1, and then the following week, do morning routine idea 2, and then you can compare and contrast the 2 with these questions. So then after you compare and contrast, you can, oops, go back and print out this sheet again, page 11. Print out the sheet again and make a whole another routine that it implements what you've learned, what you want to try. It's like I said, it's going to take some trial and error. You just have to be willing to do the trial and error. And eventually, you'll find your perfect morning routine and you'll love it. It'll be great. Okay. These are the next few pages are just like extras for you guys. So this next part is how to make your mornings easier with a bedtime routine. So this is just a little bit on like making your evening or making your mornings easier by doing things the night before. So for example, maybe making your lunch for work the night before and having it already packed in the fridge, having your breakfast already made. Like if you do the smoothie, like I mentioned earlier, you could pre-make the smoothie and have that ready in the fridge. You could have your coffee set out already just for you to hit the button when you get up in the morning. You could have your clothes set out, your bag packed, that kind of thing. Basically, whatever you can do in the evening to make your mornings easier. Another thing you can do in the morning or in the evening is go to bed at a good time. You guys need to make sure that you're getting enough sleep because that's the only way you're going to be able to wake up in the morning easier is if you get enough sleep. So fudge around with that. Try to go to bed at different times and see how you feel the next morning, and schedule it out. That's what this page is for. I have an example page for both your morning and evening routine here. So here, for the example of the evening routine, I have a couple things that don't have time. So these are just like things that you would check off. So like set out your outfit for the night before, maybe set a timer on your coffee maker if you guys have a timer for it to like start making coffee at a certain time in the morning. You could do that. Make your lunch for work, that kind of thing. Those are just a couple ideas for you guys. And then I have at 8:30, shut off electronics because that electronic blue light into your eyes is going to keep you awake. So try like an hour before to shut it off. And then you can do some sort of wind down activity. I just put read a fiction book before bed and then lights out at 9:30. So this is an example, pull some ideas from that. Okay. This next page is just a couple tips to help you break your snoozing habit. If you're on my email list, you've already gotten the Snooze No More ebook. If you do want that ebook, just email me and I can send it to you. It's a free ebook. But this just has a couple more tips. They're explained, but just like we just got to break the snoozing habit. Once you can break your snoozing habit, your mornings are going to become easier. You're going to find you have more time in the mornings because snoozing actually takes up like 15 to 30 minutes of your morning that you could be doing something else. So take a couple of these tips and try to break your snoozing habit. I did, let's see, this is a couple pages later, but I have like a habit tracker. So you'd be like, oh, hey, this day I didn't hit snooze and check it off. And that's kind of a little motivator there. Um, this page is a get up 15 minutes earlier each week. So you can try, you'll realize at the beginning that you probably don't have as much time in the mornings because it's just harder to get up earlier. So if you have a goal of wanting to get up a little bit earlier so you have some more time for your morning routine, you can kind of use this worksheet. So I want to get up at this time, set your alarm and check off that you got up that time each week, and then so on and so forth. If you followed this exact sheet and got it up 15 minutes earlier each week, it would be an hour and a half, I think, earlier than you currently are right now. I mean, imagine if you could have a whole hour and a half extra of time in the morning to do whatever, oh, excuse me, to do whatever it is you want. It'd be amazing. It's what I do now. I do about an hour and a half long morning routine before I even make breakfast and everything else. Okay, there's that habit tracker again for you guys. And then I also just made a little morning routine checklist for you guys as well. So each week you can have a little goal. So like if your goal this week is just focused on not hitting snooze, um, so I don't know, my thing went off. I don't know if you guys could hear that at all. Sorry if you could. It was really loud in my ear. Um, but no, so you can have a goal set for each week, whether it be like this week I'm not going to hit snooze. Another week it's I'm just going to get up 15 minutes earlier. This week I'm just going to focus on actually making breakfast, that kind of thing. You guys can write a goal down for each week. This is again one of those sheets that you can like print out a couple times. Um, put your wake up time, put down your morning routine tasks, the things that you put way back on that other sheet, and then even like your schedule. So this is kind of like your mini habit tracker thing for a week, and then this would be like your schedule thing. Just an extra sheet to help you guys out. So that is the end of the workbook. There's a lot of stuff in this workbook. So I feel like now that you have a this workshop to go along with it, you'll be able to actually take some action and know what you're doing. I know it's kind of hard to sometimes do it without help, without explanation. I know like I've explained some stuff like in here, but it's always nice to just like hear it. I know I can be sometimes you can be a visual learner, sometimes you need someone to actually tell you how to do it. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys ever have any questions on this workbook, just email me or you can always message me on Instagram at that handle right there. Um, I think that is it. All right. I hope you guys enjoy this workbook. This is my the first workbook I ever made, and it has come a long way. There's been a lot of updates and edits, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you ever need any help. All right. Bye, guys.